Hello, Gemini. Thank you very much for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Daily Tarot by Renata Lechner. Hopefully, it's not glaring all over the place. And the supportive oracle cards, the magical spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. I just got glares all over the place, it seems. Maybe it's just the way I'm looking at it. Alright, already shuffled. Let's see what we have for Gemini. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Stop. Mermaid Magic Seduction. So, I'm doing the glare thing again. Sorry about that. Maybe you want to like this more than you actually do. Is that the case? You're trying to stay involved. You're trying to stay connected. And I don't know how I got schmutz on my card, but I got schmutz on my card. You're trying to stay connected. You want to be a part of the situation. You want to enjoy it. You're doing your best to be excited and to keep yourself engaged with it. You maybe just, it may not be, I don't know, I just have a feeling you're not as into this as you want to be. You're trying to be. I feel like you're really trying to be. But that seems to be serving you, so it's not a bad thing. I feel like this is why some of this is coming forward that might actually go more to your favor, because you want to keep that feeling of joy, you want to keep that feeling of excitement, so you're working it the best you can to make sure you keep that or get that going as long as possible. Okay. So, I'm noticing the aces here on the other side. So there's something you already want to be a part of, and I'm getting an opportunity comes up with a situation or a person that you already want to gravitate towards. So this person or the situation presents this possibility or opens up this possibility, and I'm seeing you with the Two of Cups and the Two of Wands. You want to be a part of this. I feel like it's just kind of like, how are you going to enter the situation? That Two of Wands, for you, I really feel like it's not be a part or don't be a part. I feel like, how am I going to go? Am I going to go into the house through the garage, through the front door? I could go in through the window if I really feel like it. You know what I mean? Oh wait, there's the storm cellar. I could go in through the storm cellar. You know, if I'm feeling a little cheeky about it, I could go up onto the roof, onto the garage, and go over to the second floor, and I can get up that way. Like, literally, you're kind of like, that's a way into the house. I could do that if I wanted to. Very, like, seriously, you got joy and you got creative. I'm not saying you're going to climb up the rafter and go across the roof to get into the second story window. But for some reason, you're just toying with the thought. You think it's funny, maybe? Or maybe you're just kind of like, that would work. I could do that. I feel it's funny. It makes me laugh because you're just like, you're like, there's so many different ways I could enter this situation. How do I want to get involved? What way do I want to come into it? That's the Two of Wands for you. How do I want to, because you're excited about it. The Two of Cups with the Two of Wands. What way do I want to enter it? You're definitely going to enter it. You got the joy and the creativity on your side, too. You're very creative about how you're going to get involved, and you definitely want to, and you're definitely excited to. So, whatever way you choose, and whatever suits your purpose, you get involved in this situation. You definitely are getting involved. You got the Chariot in here, and it's supported by the Ace of Wands in the environment. So you're getting involved for sure. It's all about for you how you're going to get into it. What angle, what way, what door you're going to use to get into that house, what window, what opening. You know, if you're feeling all Santa Claus about it, maybe you're going to go down that chimney. You got to do what you want to do. As we go on, that's the first phase. The first phase is how you get involved. You want to, you're gonna. That's phase one. Phase two of 3 phases, by the way. Phase two, you're involved in this situation now. You got in the house. You're in there. You did what you wanted to. You got in the way you wanted to. You're there. Now, the situation has some type of rules to it. Some type of rules. That would be very odd, but you know, you got the Six of Pentacles in the situation itself, and you got the High Priestess in the environment, but there's good cheer in between the two. Things need to be corrected is what I'm getting. Things need to go a little better. It's going to take a little more effort. It's like it's requesting some volunteer time or some extra time. Seems to be requesting some extra time to get this to work out. Well, the high priestess is like, I don't expect you to give me everything, but if you give me a little something, we need a little extra to help this work out. But there's a very positive, good, happy, joyful, kind of expectant. I'll give you that. It's kind of expectant because you're valued. And you're just expected to be a part of this and expected to help out a little bit. So it's good. This is what you're dealing with. I see you up here with the Queen of Swords and is that the Seven of Cups? It is. So you're like, that's very Gemini in my opinion. Looking at all the possibilities. What could I do? I could help out here. I could help out there. I could give a little extra there. You're also, the Queen of Swords is not only about thought, but usually has some version of communication. Now, you might be unearthing or trying to find other angles here. You might be working with others to find other possibilities. You may even be creating other possibilities to make the situation much better that other people weren't even considering. This is where I'm getting that mermaid magic seduction, where you're kind of like, I don't want to say you're like really excited about giving extra time, but you do seem to address it like it's for the best and it would make things better for you and the situation. So you're putting in that creative element for yourself. So like, if I'm going to do this, I want to enjoy it. I want to find a way to make this fun for me, but also making the situation work out for me and other people and the situation. I want it to actually benefit everybody, me included, of course. And you're finding a way to do that. This is phase 2. You're getting involved. You're making this enjoyable for yourself. This is bringing in that mermaid magic seduction where you want to enjoy it. So you're finding a way to enjoy it. It's needed. It's necessary. You're a part of it. You're creating it. You're creating a flavor that's conducive to you and will also help the situation itself. That's phase 2. I feel like that's really good. Phase 3. Phase 3 is very interesting. Phase 2 lasts for a while, by the way, but phase 3 is after the completion of phase 2. Not that I need to say that. I'm noticing you here with the Ten of Cups, which makes me feel very much like you're feeling very valued. You're happy with how things worked out. You got Aphrodite's love spell here. You had the mermaid magic seduction before. Aphrodite's love spell now. Like, what you did made it really easy for you. Things worked out. Everybody's happy. Everything seems good. But the thing is, there's people who are very unhappy. The situation did work out, but there's some people who are very unhappy with how things worked out. And I'm getting their stress. There's stress around the situation. Somebody seems like while you're enjoying it, other people, somebody else is not. And I feel like the reason somebody else doesn't like it is because you changed things on them. And it worked. You'd think that wouldn't be a bad thing. And it's not really a bad thing, but somebody here did not like you changing the system, not like you changing the structure. They didn't like you moving things around. And somebody feels a lot of stress, especially because what you did worked. Which means if it worked, it's hard for them to stand up against it. They would like to put things back the way they were because they were comfortable the way things were. But the fact that it worked and it won out and it served the situation, they can't really stand up against it. And they don't like it though. That's a problem. I'm getting the Harvest. Somebody may be exiting from the situation. I actually feel like there's a little bit of hard feelings here, and it's not, to me, it's not fair. It's fair or subjective, I get that. And I often see myself saying to friends every once in a while, life isn't fair, it's just not designed that way. things go out of balance so that later they can go back in balance. Like, it's one of those things. And sometimes I see myself saying this to myself, I'm like, that's not fair. And I'm like, well, since when is life fair? And I'm like, oh, shut up, me. Things go out of balance so they can go back in balance later. That's just how it works. But what I'm getting here, Somebody's walking away from this situation. The harvest is telling me they seem to be leaving on good terms. But be aware of this person, because they have direct adversity with you that you're not seeing. They could become a roadblock later down the road. They may try to block you from getting involved with something that they're already involved in because they don't like your influence, because you change things up and it makes them very uncomfortable. This is that whole I don't think this is fair feeling coming in, because you did a good job and you did something that was good for the situation and it paid off. Somebody else is all bent out of shape because you changed their structure, and they really hate that. They hated it. Especially since you were successful, they can't stand up against it. So they just have to accept it. It bothers them. Be aware of this person, because they may become a roadblock later on down the road. They don't have to be. If you see it now, you can be ready for it or prepared for it if you're going towards some other situation or towards something else that they're included in that, or you're going to have to deal with them. You can have a way to work around it if you see it ahead of time. So see this person ahead of time so they can't block you later. That way life will be easier for you. I think that's the whole purpose of this. Just to even though it ends nicely and well and on good terms, if you will, this is somebody who will stand in your way because they don't like how you do things. Just so you know. Anything else? Alright, I'm going to wrap this up here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.